Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we untangle the confusing world of corporate filings to bring you the real story. But this report is a bit of a plot twist, especially for a company that was facing being kicked off the stock market. Get ready for a comeback story because one company just dodged a major bullet with the stock exchange, and we're going to break down exactly how they did it and what it means. Before we dive in, if you love getting these clear, no jargon explanations of important financial news, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. Also, we have a fantastic community Discord linked down below where we discuss these filings and much more, so come join us. So on the 10th of October of 2025, there was a significant update from New Era Energy and Digital Incorporated. Think of them as a company that offers energy solutions and digital technology. Now, this report is a current report on Form 8K, which basically means it's for big news that a company needs to share right away, not just on a quarterly or annual basis. This company, New Era Energy and Digital Incorporated, which we'll call NANID for short, had a serious problem, they were told, by the Nasdaq stock market, which is a major place where companies have their stocks bought and sold, that they were not meeting a basic requirement. This rule, Nasdaq Listing Rule 5450B2A, is all about making sure a company is worth a certain amount in terms of its stock value. Specifically, they needed to have at least $50 million worth of their stock valued by the market. Initially, NID did not meet this requirement within the time they were given. This meant they were at risk of having their stocks delisted. Think of delisting like being kicked out of a club. If a company gets delisted, its stock can no longer be traded on that major exchange, like Nasdaq, making it much harder for investors to buy or sell their shares, and generally a bad sign for the company. They even had a hearing scheduled to appeal this potential delisting. But here is the exciting part. On that very same day, the 10th of October 2025, NANID received news from Nasdaq that they had actually fixed the problem. They had met the requirement to maintain that minimum market value of their listed securities, and were back in good standing with all the Nasdaq's rules for staying listed. This is a huge relief for the company and its investors. Because they regained compliance, the hearing that was all set for the 16th of October was cancelled, so their stocks will continue to be bought and sold on the Nasdaq stock market. This is a big win and likely led to a significant positive reaction from investors. The company also put out a press release on the 10th of October sharing this good news. This is a pretty standard practice when a company has a major positive announcement. Now let's look at what kind of securities this company has. They have common stock, which is what most people think of when they talk about owning a piece of a company, and they also have warrants. Warrants are a bit like options. They give someone the right to buy stock at a specific price in the future. Both of these types of securities are listed on the Nasdaq Stock Market LLC. Interestingly, NID is identified as an emerging growth company. This means they are a smaller company that gets to follow some slightly less strict reporting rules for a period of time. This often allows them to focus more on growing their business rather than on extensive compliance paperwork. They have elected not to use the extended delay for adopting new accounting standards, meaning they are staying current with financial reporting requirements. So what does this all mean? For New Era Energy and Digital Incorporated, this filing is all about a critical regulatory success. They were on the brink of a major setback, being delisted from Nasdaq, but they managed to turn it around, likely through a combination of strategies, which could include increasing their stock price through good business performance, attracting new investors, or perhaps issuing more stock. The key takeaway here is that they avoided a significant crisis. Looking forward, the successful navigation of Nasdaq's listing rules is a positive signal. It suggests that management is proactive and capable of addressing serious challenges. However, the fact that they were in this position in the first place warrants attention. Companies that struggle to maintain minimum listing requirements might face ongoing financial pressures or investor confidence issues. For investors, this report is a huge relief. Imagine you own shares in a company that was about to be removed from a major stock exchange. That would likely cause a lot of worry, but this news dramatically changes that outlook. The company's ability to meet the $50 million market value requirement shows underlying investor confidence, or perhaps a successful recent business development that boosted their stock price. Without seeing their financial statements in this particular filing, we can infer that whatever they are doing in their core energy and digital businesses is either improving or is perceived by the market as having strong future potential. The main risk averted here was the loss of liquidity and investor trust that comes with delisting. By staying on Nasdaq, they maintain access to capital markets, and their stock remains accessible to a wider range of investors. This is crucial for future growth and potential acquisitions. In conclusion, New Era Energy and Digital Incorporated has successfully navigated a critical hurdle by regaining compliance with Nasdaq's continued listing standards. This is a significant positive development that will allow them to continue trading on the Nasdaq stock market. While the exact financial maneuvers to achieve this are not detailed in this specific filing, the outcome is clear. They are back in good standing. Alright, that's our breakdown of this important filing. What's your take on Null ID's Nasdaq comeback story? Do you think this is a sign of sustained growth or just a temporary fix? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button truly helps us out, and subscribe for more decoded corporate insights. Don't forget to check out our Discord community linked in the description for engaging discussions and more. Thanks for watching, see you next time.